Hello there, good evening. Welcome to State of Affairs here on GHOne Television. My name is Lantam Papanko. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tonight on State of Affairs, we have a conversation with one of the leaders in Ghana's parliament on the majority side. He is the Deputy Majority Chief Whip. He's also the Member of Parliament for the Tolon Constituency. And today we're going to have a conversation with him on a wide range of issues with regard to Ghana's parliament, the NPP's campaign, his very own campaign, and a host of other issues that may be of importance to you and to me. But before we get into that conversation, you know that July is SME month. And if you own a small business or a medium-sized business, get ready for an exciting month ahead as MTN Ghana brings you a host of exciting events carefully planned for SMEs across the regions. Now, businesses will be given the opportunity to set up at the MTN head office at the SME pop-up event from the 4th to the 30th of July. Now, there are going to be quizzes on MTN's social media pages with exciting prizes to be won. And we're going to have developmental and capacity training for SMEs across the regions. There will also be promotions and major discounts on our products to boost your pocket and your business. And this month's activities will be capped by the SME Fest on the 18th to the 20th of July. That's at the Tetekwashi Interchange Triangle. And also on the 26th to the 28th of July at the Kejetia Market. So don't miss out on this open invitation to gain access to top-notch solutions, exposure to partners, and the opportunity to put your business on the map. So be a part of the MTN SME Month 2024. Contact MTN today at mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com, or you can call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111, and then you get to know more. That is MTN. MTN is everywhere you go. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest in the studio today, the Honorable Habib Iddrisu. Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening, brother.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Not bad. We've been there campaigning, parliament, and other issues, but we're good.
You returned from Tamale today.
Yes.
You were with the Vice President on his tour of the Northern region. How has that been going? I saw some videos, of some very excited young people meeting the Vice President, cheering. It seemed like it was very exciting.
Good evening to your viewers. Yes, I returned from joining the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, on the Northern Regional Tour. And I must say that the way the Northern region have received the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party is unprecedented. It is one with genuine love. It is one with a clear indication how the election 2024 is going to go. The flag bearer is a serious campaigner. He's a grassroots person who goes down. If you are aware, you know that some weeks ago he had concluded his regional tour. Now what he has started is his constituency tour. So he started off from the Northeast region, which have about 6 constituencies. He was able to do about 3 in that region. Then he veered into the northern region that have 18 constituencies. And as of today, he has concluded about 13 of the constituencies. What he has not been able to do is Tamale Central, Tamale South, Kumbungu, Tolon, and Saboba. In fact, Saboba, as a result of the fact that the day he was supposed to visit Saboba, it was raining, so he could not reach out to them. And then tomorrow, he's starting with the Savannah region to do the tour. But when you go in there, there are a series of activities that he's been able to do. And I must say that what is going to be the shock of 2024 is going to be the results that will come from the 5 northern regions. You will see the flag bearer seriously campaigning. You see the message getting down to the people, because when we go to any constituency, we do a lot of activities that actually make the flag bearer to be able to have direct interaction with the voters, and you could be able to conclude the fact that these people are genuine. And the northern region originally if you take the 31 constituencies, that's if you add North East and Savannah into it, MPP is leading with about 16 seats, whilst NDC is having 15. Gone are the days out of the 31, MPP used to have only 3. But now you will see that we are leading. And the proper northern region now, 18 constituencies, we have 9. I am very positive and convinced beyond reasonable doubt that the caliber and the kind of flag bearer we have and the caliber of parliamentary candidates that we have, we are going to deliver the northern region with unprecedented. At the moment, yes, MPP is having 20 seats in the 5 northern region, whilst NDC is having 37. It will change. It will flip-flop the same thing.
You expect that there's going to be a change?
Yes.
What is the message that is being preached by Dr. Bawumia that you believe is resonating so well with the people, which gives you this confidence that you have?
Unlike our colleagues, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party has already given his vision to the country, of which that vision is descending decentralizing to the local base. We have our local issues that we are trying to be able to deal with, and you could see that the people are happy with what actually is happening in the northern region in terms of there is no single district, single constituency that you will go that there's no government intervention in such district or such constituency. And you will also be able to see the fact that some of the social interventions that the Free Senior High School, I know NDC because they know that it is a game changer. Now they want to claim it. You know, they are just into sloganism and other things. They actually don't have a vision for this country. They realize that.
They say they started it.
No, they realize that the Free Senior High School is going to be a game changer. And when you go to the northern region, it's a serious thing. So, and when you go in there, you have the agenda 111, the 1 constituency, 1 ambulance, and a lot of things that is actually sinking in. And then the message, the way the flag bearer is telling the people, look, yes, we understand there are difficulties, but this is what we have been able to do. John Mahama is already a known commodity. He has not been president before. He has only been a vice president of the republic to help the president, achieve his vision for this country. But he also has a vision for this country, of which he has re-echoed on many occasions, on many times. So when given the opportunity, he will be able to implement his vision.
And you believe this message is really going down well with the people of the northern region?
Not I believe, it is. We are just from the grounds, and I am telling you that if you are not just watching videos, because sometimes I feel like the videos doesn't show everything, but I have been there, I've seen the interactions, I've seen the movement, and I can tell you that you see genuine love, you see genuinely message being received by the voters on the ground.
What are your expectations? You say it's going to be a massive shift with regard to the number of seats in the northern part of the country. What are your expectations? What percentages are you looking at?
If you look at the northern region, like we used to say, to answer your question, NDC used to have about 3 main constituencies. When I say constituency, not as in constituency demarcated, by the northern sector, the Volta region, and then the Zongos. And we said that electing our flag bearer in the person of His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be able to neutralize this. And that is what we are experiencing in the northern region. There is no more NDC saying that the 5 northern region is their stronghold. No, that is out of the table. It can never be the case. And like I cited, the original northern region, we have 16, they have 15. And by the end of the election 2024, I am very convinced without reasonable doubt that with the kind of campaign that we are going to do, MPP is going to have majority seats in the 5 northern region than the NDC.
And do you think that the tickets of Dr. Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh is appealing enough, especially as Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh has been added, onto the tickets? And of course, there isn't controversy that has surrounded some of the comments that he made, about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, which has got everybody talking. I mean, even though he's apologized, there are people who still believe that it doesn't make the ticket too attractive to a lot of people. What do you say to that?
I would say that it is a very solid ticket, very, very solid ticket. And like I was telling you today, that today the flag bearer, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, started with Savulugu constituency, Tamale North, and Sanargu. But the running mate was also in the eastern region. He was also visiting the chairman of the House of Chiefs of the Eastern region. So you could see that it is going to be a blend of serious campaigners with serious message on the ground that is actually going on. So I am very convinced that yes, the flag bearer have chosen his running mate. It is a solid ticket, and they have already started doing their work. And some comments in this our political space might be misinterpreted. It must be misunderstood and misconceived.
Is that what
and then for that matter, yes,
you believe that is what happened?
The way in a manner in which you decode the message matters. Left to me alone, I wanted to believe he had wanted to say that looking at what the current president Akufo-Addo had done and compared to what Nkrumah did, by far President Akufo-Addo have had. Even if you take Free Senior High School, for instance.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that President Akufo-Addo has done way better than?
I am more than the word convinced. I am more than with the word convinced because.
So you believe President Akufo-Addo is the greatest president ever?
Oh yes, yes, he's
the best president Ghana.
I am saying that. You are asking me about the comment the running mate had made, not what Habib had made, and I am saying that his message.
And I'm also asking if you believe what he actually said. What the opposition on
no, you see what he had said is already misinterpreted. You understand? So I wouldn't say probably that because of what he has said, I am also saying the same. But if you ask me, by far, I'll be able to say that yes, President Akufo-Addo have been able to do better by far because there is no precedent.
Better by far than Nkrumah.
Listen, there's no precedent in the history of this country from 1957 independent who has been able to implement free senior high school for all. There is no sitting president by far from 1957 who has been able to give ambulances to every district or constituency in Ghana. By far, there is no sitting president who has been able to do, almost trying to do about 100 hospitals in every district. There's no there's no former president or any president that you can be able to say that he has been able to do what President Akufo-Addo has been able to achieve. So by far, if you want to do, yes, they had all been able to have successes. Like the former president, Kwame Nkrumah, he did his part. He contributed immensely to the development of this country. As at then, he was, an advocate on many issues, and he has done his part. And then followed by other presidents, Jerry John Rawlings have done his part. Our beloved President Kufuor has also been able to impact life and bring a lot of social interventions. But when you come to where we are, and what actually had been happening globally.
You didn't mention President Mahama. He didn't do his part?
I can't remember what President Mahama did.
Really? You can't remember anything President
help
Mahama
me,
did?
help me with
You didn't
that.
mention President Mills. You didn't mention President Mahama.
I have mentioned Professor Mills, but I'm saying that
but you don't
I cannot remember
anything
about President Mahama.
So
I
President
can't remember.
Mahama did nothing.
So help
good
me.
for Ghana.
What do you
I'm
think?
asking you.
Okay, so can you help me?
You lived in Ghana during President Mahama's tenure, didn't you?
Can you help me? Can you help me?
I'm
of
asking
any
you.
social intervention policy you think that President John Mahama brought to the people of Ghana that changed life, that impact life, and that is still existing? Can you help me with one? I can't remember any.
I'm asking you.
I have already answered that.
If you think that President Mahama really didn't do anything noteworthy for Ghana when he was president, that's the question.
I said I cannot recall anything. If you want, you are also a
Nothing at
Ghanaian. You are a Ghanaian. Help me. Can you remember something?
I'm asking you.
I have answered your question.
Nothing.
That I cannot remember anything. I cannot. So if you see, there is
so essentially, John Mahama did nothing for Ghana.
Listen,
in the 4 years that he was.
What I'm trying to say is that I was specific, and I mentioned specific things when it comes to President Akufo-Addo and what he has been able to achieve within the 8 years, almost 8 years that he has been president of the Republic of Ghana. And I have been able to mention things that even in difficult times, we have been able to see that. We implement the free senior high school. Now, when you go to teacher training colleges, you go to technical university, you go to our university, everybody in that tertiary institution is a beneficiary of free senior high school. Yes, it's difficult, but he has been able to implement it, and so many other things. So what I'm saying is that, essentially, by far, President Akufo-Addo has performed.
And President Mahama did nothing.
I'm saying that you should help me.
I mean, they talk about the Ridge Hospital, they talk about the Bank Hospital, they talk about the community day senior high schools, Ayalolo, all of these things that, former President Mahama did. You don't remember.
That's what I'm saying by far. That President Kufuor have done one. Okay. Because if you are mentioning about 3 hospitals or so, you could be able to see that when we are talking about Agenda 111, something close to about 60, 70 have been done.
But we've not seen any of them. Have we seen any of the Agenda 111?
No,
we've not seen any of them. Where are they? Where are they?
That's what I'm saying.
Are they completed? Are they functioning? Are they operating?
We are from the ground.
Are they completed? Are they functioning? Are they operating?
I'm saying that we are from the ground. And when you visit almost all or many of the districts, we could see the Agenda 111. It's not something that doesn't exist. It is there. They mention this constituency, this district, and they tell you where it is.
What states is the Agenda 111 in? What states currently is the Agenda 111 in?
I might not be in a position to give you in terms of level of completion, in terms of work being done, but I can be able to tell you confidently that when we visited the northern region, wherever there is an Agenda 111, work is going on. There is progress. Some have roof, some are now plastering, some have done a lot of things.
But none has been completed. None has been completed.
See, you have to start.
So how do you tout it if it has not been completed? I'm saying that. How do you tout it if it's not been completed?
The point is that you have to start somewhere. If he had said that I'll do...
At least the former president completed some of the ones that he talked about. But this one, none of them have been completed.
But haven't finished his 10 yet. Right. He still have about 4 or 5
So by the time he will leave, we'll have Agenda 111.
A lot of them will
completed and function.
I am very positive about that. A lot of it. Like I said, I don't...
Is there one in your constituency?
No, my constituency have a district hospital before.
Right.
I have. It was a district hospital that the sort cutting was done by President Kufuor. It was commissioned by the flag bearer of our party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So I have a very functional district hospital, a very modern, well-befitting. And like I said, President Kufuor cut short for the construction, and then Bawumia commissioned it.
So back to the Bawumia Napo ticket. Is every MP behind the ticket? Because when the announcement was made, it seemed like not all majority MPs were.
It is not more MPs
behind.
It is not any MPs.
The ticket.
Every MPP
we saw
member,
one or two of them.
Every MPP
preferring
member,
another choice.
I said every MPP member is behind the choice of the flag bearer.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, there could be dissenting view. I am a member of parliament for Tolon Constituency. Yes. 22,000 people or 21,000 people voted against me, but that still didn't stop me from being an MP. I got over 30,000 votes. My opponent had 21,000 or so. So it means that there are 21,000 people who think that I shouldn't be the MP for Tolon, but it didn't stop it. So that is the choice. That is the ticket. That's the decision the party have made. So at National Council, I was there.
Yeah.
When the name was presented, the flag bearer presented his name, and there was no dissenting view. It was accepted, and then in Kumasi he was unveiled and everything. So there's no dissenting view. Yes, people.
I'm talking about MPs in Parliament. No, I mean you are deputy whip, so
yes,
I mean.
But do you know when NDC was going to pick up Professor Jim, they voted, and she got 33 votes.
Really?
Oh, I'm telling you. So our own, it was a unanimous decision
voted?
at council.
Who voted in the NDC?
They are fake. Ask.
Functional Executive Committee of NDC.
Ask, because there were names. Our own. When we went, I'm a member of.
And Nana Jane got 33 votes.
Yes, I'm a member.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I'm a member of MPP National Council, and I was at the meeting when the name was presented. There was no dissenting view. Nobody objected to it. We all accepted it, and like I said, Dr. Matthew Poku is the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that is the ticket the MPP is taking to the 2024 election. And I think it's a very solid ticket. I think they are going to win the election for us hands down on first round. And we don't
no fears.
No.
When you look at polls that have been conducted, it doesn't put Vice President Bawumia in a very convincing or comfortable lead. If you look at what Global Info Analytics put up, for example, I mean, it has the NDC and John Mahama at around 51%. It has Dr. Bawumia at around 38%. And then it has the Movement for Change and then, Cheddar and all of that. I mean, consistently, the polls that have been put up by the Global Info Analytics doesn't make it look very palatable for the MPP. Is this something you've taking notice of?
No, yes, we take notice
So, I mean,
of
juxtapose that to where, the confidence that you have is coming from.
I am not worried.
Yes.
I believe in research, and I don't believe research to be outcome of elections. I only believe that research is to guide you, as you do on the. We are still in the campaign trail. Maybe there might be reasons why the polls is indicating to this number or to this number.
And you can see that the figures, on the screen for June, July, for that's what Global Info Analytics did. For June and July, and these are the figures.
But we are in a country where you have seen many polls happen and then it flip-flop at the end of the day. We have seen research that people have done, and at the end of the day, what they put out might not be the case. It's not to say I don't believe in research. I do believe in research. I do research every 3 months in my constituency, even where I think I am not doing well. It is just to let me correct why I am not doing well. Then I'll be able to move forward. But if you are a student of research and you just think that there's a research out, you are trailing behind, and then you give out or you give in, it is actually not the best. Yes, there might be some of this research that come, but there are other researches too that's putting the MPP ahead of us, so ahead of the NDC. So I am very convinced that being a parliamentary candidate, being on the ground, I am going to deliver my constituency. Others are going to deliver their constituencies. And with the way the campaign is going on, it is very sound that we are going to break the 8.
But have you done your own research? Of course, I know that the MPP will have their own people, that are on the ground doing it. Has the MPP done their own research, about what the figures are looking like?
I can't speak for MPP as a political party. Probably the national chairman or the general secretary might be able. But what I do know is that the campaign, we are on the campaign trail. This is the second round we are doing on the constituency base. The message is going down. The people are receiving the message well. We could see, even if somebody was going to tell you that you go to certain constituencies, even myself, I'm surprised at the numbers that turn out in the various constituencies. I must be honest with you. Some of the constituencies, I go there and I'm thinking that, okay, probably the people might not come as expected, but you go to the park and you'll be surprised. It is full up everywhere. Even sometimes we find it difficult, we those on the campaign trail, to even get a place to either sit or stand, because everywhere you see the genuine love, you see people coming out to do it. So definitely what is going on the ground definitely will reflect in 2024. And I'm very positive that it is going to be a one-third victory for His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Would you want to see a debate between Dr. Bawumia and John Mahama?
It would be an interesting one.
Is it something you want to see?
Oh, no, it would be an interesting one. It would be an interesting one for them to have a debate. Because I think I haven't heard it from the flag bearer himself, but I've read somewhere in the social media him calling on our former president, John Dramani Mahama, that they should have a debate. It is going to be an interesting debate. And I think that if our flag bearer extend that courtesy, I think John Mahama, President Mahama, should respond, so that we'll be able to deal with the issues as to what they all want to do. Because we have heard from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bring his vision out at the UPSA. We are yet to see the vision of John Mahama. I've just been here.
You've not seen the vision of John Mahama?
I've just seen the media encounter. And then I've also heard about the 24.
So you've heard about the 24-hour economy.
It's a slogan.
You've heard about it.
It's a slogan. It's not a policy. I'm telling you, 24-hour economy.
It's not a policy.
It's a slogan.
With all the explanations that have been given about it, you don't get it.
What is the explanation? Because there are other sectors of the economy that is already happening 24/7. So you said you are coming to do 24-hour economy. Which sector? To achieve what? And at what goal? Because if you look at the characteristics of a policy, a policy must be reliable. A policy must actually be feasible, and a policy must intend achieving a certain goal. I don't see that in the 24-hour economy. I see it as a slogan. And when the flag bearer of the MPP, Alhaji Bawumia, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, was speaking at UPSA, he already said that, yes, you might be thinking about that, but I'm bringing your mind back that about, I think, I can't remember the percentage, but serious sectors of this economy is already 24/7. It's already 24/7. If you are here and your lights go off, whether ECG is working or not, on your phone, you'll be able to do it. 12 midnight. If I want to recharge my DSTV, I can do it on my phone. 1 a.m. in the midnight, if I want to pay my
So
workers,
that
if I want to pay,
is
I
that
want to
24?
pay my workers,
Is that
I can be
24-hour
able to
economy?
do it. No, I'm just saying that.
Is that 24-hour economy?
The point is that economy means that you can be able to do things, get things done 24/7. And in the sector that we are doing, people get to do things. But when you, for example, if you want to say that certain things should be done 24 hours, they have to come with serious better particulars to be able to let us understand that, look, when I say 24-hour economy, this is what I mean. I am saying that this sector will be working. The sector that we also know that is working 24 hours, it's not what they mean. I am yet to still understand exactly what the NDC tend doing, if not a slogan, to say 24-hour economy.
All right, we'll come back and talk a little bit about, leadership in Parliament. Of course, you are one of the few leaders, who was left when there was a bit of a shake-up and change, in the leadership in Parliament. We want to talk a little bit about that. But reminding you still that this is State of Affairs here on GHOne Television. My guest in the studio is the Deputy Majority Whip in Parliament, the Honorable Habib Iddrisu, and he is the Member of Parliament for the Tolon Constituency. Also remember that July is SME month, and if you own a small or medium-sized business, you should get ready for an exciting month ahead because MTN Ghana is bringing you a host of exciting events carefully planned. For SMEs across the regions, businesses will be given the opportunity to set up at MTN head office SME pop-up events from 4th to 30th July. Quizzes on social media pages with exciting prizes are there. Developmental and capacity training for SMEs across the regions, promotions and major discounts on products to boost your pocket and your business. And the activities are going to be capped by the SME fairs from the 18th to the 20th of July at the Tetekwashi Interchange Triangle. You see that place, it will be there, 26th to 28th, KGTR Market. So don't miss out on this open invitation to gain access to top-notch solutions, exposure to partners, and an opportunity to put your business on the map. So be a part of the MTN SME Month 2024. Call MTN on 0244 308 111, or you can send a WhatsApp to that number as well, and you get to know more information about this if you're an SME. This is State of Affairs. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to State of Affairs here on GHOne Television. My guest this evening on State of Affairs is the Honourable Member of Parliament for Tolon and Deputy Majority Whip in Parliament, the Honourable Habib Iddrisu. We've been talking about Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign. He's been in the northern region. We've been talking about his running mate, and we've been talking about a host of other issues. Now, I want to talk about leadership in Parliament. What has it been like? How has it been since the Honourable Alexander Kwabena Afenyomarkin took over from the Honourable Osei Mensah-Bonsu, together with the other new leaders that were put in place?
I think it has been, the transition was very okay. The transition was not like the other one where there was petition, there were people signing while the NDC did their changes. On our part, there was seemingly an understanding, and you could see how it was demonstrated. The former majority leader respected Mensah-Bonsu. He was the one, after reading how the changes are being effected, saying that the deputy leader then, who was Honorable Afenyomarkin, is now the majority leader.
Yeah.
They brought in Ma Patricia PG as the deputy leader.
Yeah.
The Honorable Frank Anodompreh, very outstanding chief whip. In fact, with this parliament, he has been able to achieve a lot. He maintained his position as the majority chief whip. Then I was also promoted from a second deputy whip to the first deputy whip. And then they brought in Honorable Alex Tete Jenubua, the MP for Sehi Akontombra. So in our part, 3 of us still remain. 2 were promoted and 2 were brought in. The Honorable Afenyo was promoted to the majority leader. I was also promoted to the first deputy whip. The chief whip maintained his position because of his outstanding work that he has been able to do, because the nature of this parliament, 137, and we've been able to push government business, been able to achieve a lot. It takes a serious and a good whipping system for such a thing to be achieved. So the whipping system have been good, and since Honorable Afenyo Markins have become the majority leader, things have been cordial. The relationship has been cordial. He's somebody who reaches out to people. He has a very good relationship with the people. He understands proceedings because he was deputy leader for about 3 years, working under Chairman Sabonsi. He understands procedure. He's a lawyer by all standards. So when it comes to a lot of things, he's been able to lead. And the caucus are behind it. We are behind him. We are all behind him.
How would you rate his performance so far since he took over the reins of
leader
of government business?
Rating of performance as in 100% out of 10 or what?
Yes.
So if it is out of 10,
out of 10.
If it is
10 over 10.
100 over 100, you know, because we haven't been able to see anything out of his leadership that is not working. Everything is working for him and for us in leadership. And like I said, it's not like the other side when the Honorable Habib Iddrisu was taken out, Honorable Muntaka was taken out, Honorable Aveji was taken out. We all saw what actually was going on in the minority camp, where many people had written a petition and signed and said that they will not accept the changes. Our own was a very consultative one, because before it happened, the president had met the caucus, discussed with us. The caucus had a meeting. We discussed the whole thing. We took the decision. Then the party also went for National Council meeting. They took the decision, and even those who knew they were going out of the leadership, the Honorable Chairman Sabosu was the one who was actually leading it, because he had a tax. He's the chairman of the manifesto committee, and that's the next phase of our serious calendar on our political party, MPP, that somewhere next month or so we'll be reading our manifesto. He was a chairman. He needed to concentrate. He's no more contesting as the member of parliament for Swami. So Honorable Afenyo Markins, who was his able deputy, will take over and lead the leadership into this election. So I know, as we have resumed and since he has taken over as a majority leader, it has been outstanding. But the engine and our relationship is very cordial. We don't have that kind of problem like the minority side have a serious problem.
You think the minority side has a serious problem with their leadership?
I am not the one saying it, because we all see, we heard and we could see.
You think the minority's leadership is weak?
I didn't say that. What I'm saying that during the transition time, there was problems.
Right.
And at that time, they have good leaders that are also executing their business. But you are asking me about our part.
About your part,
and I am saying that our part has been very good. The majority leader is a very good leader. The chief whip is an outstanding chief whip who has actually been able, to move. We, the deputies, we always, he delegates, and he be able to let us work as a team to move. Whenever the majority leader instructs or say that we need to achieve this, and then, the chief whip will let us know that, look, this is what the majority leader is saying, and we should be able to do. So we have been able to execute a lot of things, because this is a difficult parliament. It has never happened in the history.
We've not seen this before.
So for you to be in leadership at this time, and with the kind of things that we have been able to approve in this parliament, and the kind of thing we've been able to execute government and prosecute government business in the House, you should be able to know that a lot of things have been. But one characteristic of this parliament is that we do a lot of dialogue. A lot of dialogue go, a lot of win-win going on. We do a lot of consultations for us to be able to achieve something, because you cannot always have the numbers. So when something like that happened, yes, we know our colleagues from the other side, they have their own plans, and we also have our plans to be able to prosecute government business. But we have been able to have a very cordial relationship, and we have been reaching out to each other.
But in that regard, what is happening now in regard to these issues of quorum, in Parliament, the minority threatening to disrupt government business because of quorum issues, and and all of that. What's happening with that?
I think when it started somewhere last week, and today too.
Yeah, it looks like today too.
Today too, the same issue. It dropped there. You see, the whole issue had to do with the fact that they had said that we were in their constituencies campaigning. Like I said, they themselves are frightened about the movement of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Even today, they said it on the floor of Parliament that whilst they are sitting here doing government business,
yes,
we are in their constituencies, campaigning. In their backyard campaigning. So they are frightened by the movement.
But they have
a
fair point, don't they?
No, but they said they are frightened.
Why should you be there campaigning when they are here doing government
business?
They are
frightened by the movement of our flag bearer. He's a serious campaigner, the message. So they get the feedback from their constituencies that, hey, look. So they also said that, okay, let us also say we don't have the numbers and then we adjourn. But we'll get there. We'll talk to each other. We'll try to get our members into the chamber and then we'll be able to do government business. So today, too, that's the same thing because we are expected this sitting to do the mid-year budget review. So now we have a lot of bills that we want to do. Last week we finished with the NSS bill, and then we are looking at different other bills. Affirmative action bill is still in the banner. Interstate succession is also in the banner, and a lot of bills that we wanted to be able to get it done. That's why we are sitting today. That's why we start today, Monday, because we normally start from Tuesday to Friday. But because of the Corum issue,
today there was no Corum,
we could not be able to do business because the member that raised the Honorable Mutala, he came under Order 64 of our standing orders, and he was able to tell the Speaker that we don't have quorum. Speaker complied. We went through, the bell was rang, the House was suspended for an hour, but when we came back, we couldn't get a quorum. So it is something that we will be able to look at, and then we tell our colleagues that, yes, we understand. They are also going to be in our constituencies, and they've been in our constituencies, but we didn't behave that way because the flag bearer have been in, NDC flag bearer have been in various constituencies. Their running mates who have been in various constituencies. But we understand, we'll try to.
But are you sure you'll be able to get government business done, considering the season that we've entered? The campaign season. I mean, you yourself mentioned that you were in Tamale with the flag bearer of the MPPs and all of that. So there'll be a lot of crisscrossing and traveling here and there. So this issue of quorum, don't you foresee that it will always be a problem, considering the times that we are in?
It is left to us in the majority to be able, because if you look at the standing orders are talking about 1/3 of members of parliament are present. So if at every sitting we are able to get the quorum to transact business, we'll be able to move on. We are 137 of us. There are also 137, 275. I think 1/3 should be somewhere around 90 something or 70 something. So if we are able to get the number we will continue. Like I said, we'll try to get the numbers into the chamber, and then we'll be able to do government business.
But speaking of, some of the things that are happening in Parliament, recently we heard that there is an ally which is going to come to Parliament, which will give MPs, the opportunity to have sirens in their vehicles and, be able to break the speed limits and all of that. Are you aware that such an ally is coming? And is this something that you support, that members of Parliament should have the right to have sirens, in their vehicles, and these red and blue flashing lights, alarms in their vehicles, and to be able to also break the speed limits so that police don't worry them. Has it been laid? Has an ally like that been laid?
Not
are you
yet,
aware of that?
but I am aware of the conversation, the winnowing of the conversation.
Yeah, so what's the rationale behind that?
It's a sensitive issue. A sensitive issue is that when you are going to talk to the Ghanaian public, you'll be able to understand the fact that this is what members of parliament are trying to do. Out of the 30 million Ghanaians that we have, we are only 275 of us, the members of parliament.
Yes.
And our work is such that it is a very difficult one. Many a time, if you bear with me, where I sit, if you ask me if it is the right thing, I will say yes. Because
you think it's the right thing?
No, if you ask me where I sit, I'll tell you it's right. There was a time that we needed to vote in the chamber. Some of our members of parliament were writing exams at UPSA. We needed them to come to the chamber to vote. After that, when they finished writing the papers, there was heavy traffic. There was no way they could get there. And for them coming to Parliament to do something means that they are working for the state. They are doing government, the reason of which they were elected to come and represent their people. So, if you recall, there was a time we are going to do voting.
Yes.
And then the Deputy Minister for Agric, Honorable Hadi Tuferu, was coming to Parliament. He was locked up in traffic when he was about to come. Then his car got an accident and someone assaulted. We nearly lost him, and blood was oozing out everywhere. So, in effect, you could see that if the Constitution have given members of Parliament some certain rights and some privileges under the Constitution, I don't think it is out of place to say that the 275 out of over 30 million or 30 million Ghanaians should be allowed to use siren. It's not always the case.
But is there no alternative? I mean, perhaps you can even write to the police service to provide you with a dispatch rider to lead. I mean, we see MPs, do that all the time.
But you see, MPs, we make the laws.
Have
we make the
sirens
laws. We make the laws. You have seen several occasions that members of Parliament are supposed to do something in Parliament. They are coming, they've been arrested, they are sending them to court, they have been arrested here, they have been able to do that.
Yeah, because they are not above the law.
No, but
right?
I understand that part. But
yes.
That's why we are trying to say that. Why not? Okay, you see a police officer who is moving in a police van out of no emergency or something. He's using the siren and he's going. Is he more Ghanaian than the member of Parliament who is making the law to them? Is he more Ghanaian than the member of Parliament who is approving their budget for them to spend? Is he?
Yeah, but they are the police, right?
No, I'm saying,
they are the police.
That, and there are other parts.
There's a reason why the police have been, given those exemptions, right? And there's a reason why ambulances have been given those exemptions. The fire service.
Why can't
because the police respond to real-time issues, crime response, ambulances are responding to people whose lives are in danger, fire service are responding to fires, but members of Parliament, you're going to Parliament, right? You are going to Parliament. Is that something which is considered like an emergency and something that at all costs, members of Parliament should...
Like I said, if 275 out of 30 million, that's a fraction, less than how many percent of the population, and we represent the people. So if we represent the people and we act on behalf of the people, I don't think it is out of place. If other jurisdictions are able to do that in Africa,
right.
Why can't we do it for 275? And it's all because some ministers go and they have motorcade that they can be able to move in, but they are also members of Parliament. So if you give that privilege to members of Parliament so that they can, it's not only even members of Parliament. I don't know why it has been zeroed down to members of Parliament.
Yes.
Because when you look at the LI, there are members of Parliament, there are justices of, I think, the Superior Court also,
yes.
And there are some other level.
So it's something that you support.
It's
something you support. Okay.
Parliament, when things come, they do the win-win. But me, I think it is a call in the right direction.
Okay, all right,
so that members can be able to do their work effectively. Because if they're supposed to pass something, and I am somewhere, and out of the fact I cannot use siren, then they pass it against this thing. They will start to insult you. How many times, especially in this Parliament, that we have been able to see that, we are going to vote, this person is not there. And they say, okay, the person is not there because of what? He's locked up in traffic, he's locked up in here, and other thing, he cannot be able to come. We shouldn't give any excuse for representation.
We need to take our second break here. This is still State of Affairs here on GHOne Television. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is the final leg of State of Affairs here on GHOne Television, reminding you that July is SME month, and if you own a small or medium-sized business, MTN is offering you a host of goodies. Exciting events carefully planned for SMEs across regions, the 16 regions of the country. Your business is going to be given the opportunity to set up at a head office at the SME pop-up event from the 4th to the 30th of July. We're talking about the head office of MTN. Quizzes on social media pages, exciting prizes to be won, developmental and capacity training for SMEs across regions, promotions and major discounts on products to boost your pocket and your business. And it's going to be capped with the SME Fairs, 18th to 20th of July. Tetekwashi Interchange Triangle, 26th to 28th, KJTR Market in Kumasi. So don't miss out. It's an open invitation to you. Access top-notch solutions, exposure to partners, opportunities to put your business on the map. Be a part of the MTN SME Month 2024. Call MTN or WhatsApp MTN on 0244 308 111 and get to know more. My guest in the studio, the Honorable MP for Tolon, Habib Iddrisu. He is also the Deputy Majority Whip in Parliament. So, I mean, we'll have to begin to wrap up our conversation, you know, here on State of Affairs. And, I mean, behind the scenes, you've still been expressing how confident you are that the grounds are fertile and the grounds are right for Dr. Bawumia to take over the reins, you know, of government. How do you juxtapose that to all the complaints that are coming from the length and breadth of the country about hardship in the system, difficulties in the system, people struggling to make ends meet, struggling to buy tomatoes, you know, in the markets, struggling to pay bills, you know, saddled with taxes and all of that? These are difficulties that, under the leadership of Dr. Bawumia's economic management team head, the country has been plunged into. Why should we, in Dr. Bawumia's own words, give the steering wheel to him?
Yes, like I said earlier on, I am very convinced and I have confidence in the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I think he will be one of the great assets that the nation will have as a president. Yes, we are not discounting the fact that certain things are not going well. I think the president himself have actually said that you know, times are hard and times are difficult. But at the end of the day, we still need to strive. But if you are able to weigh the options of Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and what the NDC is going to present, you'll be able to appreciate the fact that Dr. Bawumia is by far would be a better president than the President John Mahama. We have seen President Mahama being a president before. We have been able to see that he has held a steering wheel. Why not we give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the opportunity to see how he will also be the president of the country and how he will be able to steer affairs, which I am very convinced that he's going to be a wonderful president. We are not judging Dr. His Excellency, the former president, when he was the vice president. We are actually talking about the fact that when he was president, and if you put them, the two in a scale, you will see that Dr. Bawumia will be a better president. And I am very convinced the response that is coming from the northern region, the response that will come from other regions or the other part of Ghana will be able to conclude and give us a majority seat in parliament and make Dr. Bawumia the president of the republic. And I want to thank the good people of the northern region for the work and the love they have shown him. And I am very convinced that Ghanaians should have confidence in the person of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He will be a wonderful president. He will be a president for all. He will be a president who will come and be able to take off from a lot of things. He's visionary and he will bring a lot of innovations that actually is going to benefit Ghanaians for all.
Okay. I see you right there, you know, with the
yes, I think that was yesterday.
This was yesterday, right?
Yesterday in Gushegu.
Right.
We were in Gushegu, and then we were at the Chief Palace and we were trying to.
All right. Honorable, thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure having you here in the studio.
Thank you.
The Honorable Habib Iddrisu is Member of Parliament for Tolon Constituency. He is Deputy Majority Whip in Parliament as well. He's been my guest here on State of Affairs on GHOne TV. This is where we will wrap it up. My name is Lantam Papanko. Have a good evening.